At this time, I'm going to invite, I believe the next slide is for Greg Salton, our treasurer, council treasurer is going to come up, and Greg has some message to share with you from church council about how our finances are going.
Well, good morning, all. Good morning. Yeah, there we go. The church council just wanted to provide an update. Historically, we hadn't done this till later in the fall, and we thought it was important to provide this some transparency on where we're at, and particularly in relation to the three goals we talked about at the annual meeting. And you'll see those goals up there. One was we increased our budget. So our goal was to increase our giving to $976,000, which is roughly $1,000 a week increase per week. The second goal was talking about our community impact. So we chose within our budget to put in more emphasis towards outreach to the Omaha community and to the international community as well. And we want to talk about and give you an update on that. And the final one is always, the church has a goal of paying down the mortgage and making sure that we are in a very sound financial position. I'm just going to give you a quick update on each one of those. And there's plenty of council members here, so if you have questions, ask them. No. Tyler's right in front, by the way. So the first general budget piece, if you look at the goal was to increase giving by roughly $1,000 a week. I would tell you in January and February, those happened. I got to the March council meeting. I'm happy to announce that January and February we increased $1,000 a week, and then March showed up. So in April we recovered again, but in March we were slightly off. I'm going to go back a slide here. We were slightly off, and that puts us at a deficit so far this year of $21,000. I want you to focus on two numbers for me. First one is the $284,000 of offering. Thank you. That is a big ask, and it is a number that you give. Probably the other one I want you to focus on is that $21,000 and how small that is compared to the $284,000. It's attainable for us. So as we think about coming into this summer, I'm just going to ask for you to consider, is there ways that you can help narrow that gap before summer ends? Okay? Let's hit the next slide here. So community impact, as we talked about, we wanted to, within the budget, put in more emphasis towards outreach. And we've done that from a budgetary standpoint. I want to talk about where we're at in the process. And the three verbs I want you to remember is could, should, and will. So it was fun to watch you all, over the 3 weeks we gathered ideas, come up with excitement and tell us about the ideas we could do. So we had over 30 ideas, and I would tell you personally, for me, it's like when you go outside and you see a car and you want that car, and you all of a sudden you start seeing some of the same car. My ability to see new opportunities, and I heard that from other people too, we're in the could stage. So people are identifying things we could do. Council has then taken that and looked at our criteria, focusing on our mission and how we want to engage people to think about the should stage. So what of those 30 plus ideas, we've cut those down by about half. Now let me talk about will. What we will do is going to be something we're going to engage with you again to think about what are the few ministries we want to focus on in this next year? And that's going to be coming up relatively soon. We're going to ask for your active engagement, and I know I'm going to get it because I saw it in the could stage. The final piece I want to talk about is the mortgage. And the mortgage is currently at $228,000. We've paid down the mortgage roughly $50,000 just from year end. We had a donor come forward in February, and with the Stewards Committee offered a challenge to us that for every $3 we give above and beyond the budget, they'll match with $1, up to $25,000. So far, you've given $20,000, $407 above and beyond budget, so the donors match $6,800. To get the full match of $25,000, we would need to match another $54,000 by the end of June. So that's something for you to consider as well. From a council standpoint, I probably think about three things in terms of if you walk away. One is thank you for your engagement in financial giving. We've done great so far, and we have an opportunity to clean up by summer. The second thing I'd leave you with is thank you for your excitement about community impact. That's a lasting effort. That's a legacy move for us as we move forward. And the final one is thank you for your consideration towards the mortgage. If you have any questions, again, Tyler's right in the front row, or you can ask me afterwards. Thank you.